Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the K12 Sports Tech AD Think Tank on the Educational AD Podcast. We're going to be right back with this week's Think Tank guest, but as always, we're going to give a shout out to every one of our sponsors. Now, once again, these are companies that I used as an athletic director. They're all great companies. I highly recommend that you check them out. So, take 3 minutes, listen to our shout outs, then listen to our think tank guest, and then go and visit these sponsors. I'm telling you, you're going to be very glad you did. Here we go. We want to say thanks to K12 Sports Tech for sponsoring the think tank on the podcast. K12 Sports Tech helps athletic directors and sport vendors connect through education and hands on consulting. Athletic directors are also invited to join the K12 Sports Tech AD Think Tank and help influence how companies shape their tech to better serve schools. To find out more, just go to k12sportstech.com. We also want to say thank you to Hometown. Hometown is changing the game for schools and organizations with their suite of solutions that includes things like, well, digital ticketing, but how about fee-free fundraising through School Funder, athletic website construction, and there's a whole lot more. Go to hometown.com. Whether you're an AD, a principal, or a head coach, they're going to help you save time, raise more money, and bring your community together. Go to hometown.com for more information. That's hometown.com. We also want to say thank you to Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. Now, I didn't get my master's from Ohio, but my assistant AD did, along with thousands of others, and it was a great experience. And while he was completing his master's, you also get to complete 11 NIAAA leadership training courses at no extra charge. Check out Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. We also want to thank our friends at Snap Mobile, particularly Snap Race. Have you ever spent weeks and weeks with a fundraiser and been disappointed in the results? Well, those days are gone. Go to snapraise.com. We used it at our school with tremendous success, and so will you. Our coaches loved it. Our parents loved it because it works. Go to snapraise.com. Check out all their other great platforms. But if you're looking for a fundraiser, you just found it, and it's Snap Raise. We also want to say thank you to Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. You know, in my school, we use surveys for everything, for student athletes, for parents, teachers, you name it. And the information that came back was almost always over the top positive. We still got to hear from those squeaky wheel parents, address their concerns before they turned into something big. But having all that positive data, it's incredibly valuable, especially when you're visiting with one of those frustrated parents. Or how about your principal or even your school board? Go to athleticsurveys.com. They're going to create a custom survey that lets you take the pulse of everybody in your program. athleticsurveys.com. We also want to say thanks to Huddle. As a football coach, I used Huddle for years. When I became an athletic director, I made sure that our school was a Huddle school. And our coaches, all of our coaches, just loved the tools that Huddle provided. Our student athletes love the videos. Our parents love the streaming, but there's a lot more. Go to huddle.com, join the 8 million users. Turn your school into a Huddle school. We'd like to thank Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com and you can schedule a live web demo to see their products in action. Probably one of the best purchases I ever made was our Sideline Interactive indoor score table. Go to sidelineinteractive.com. Schedule that live web demo today. We also want to thank our friends at Home Campus. Home Campus is the official high school sports administration software platform for a number of states and thousands of individual high schools. And even if your state has a different platform, you can be a Home Campus school. Just go to homecampus.com. Whether it's scheduling, rosters, results, for me, the athletic clearance and eligibility platform alone was a game changer. Go to homecampus.com. Don't forget to mention the podcast. We also want to thank our friends at Vital Signs Wall of Fame. If you're looking for a really cool way to display your school record board or your school's Hall of Fame, Go to their website and take a look at their interactive touchscreen video consoles. You put one of their units in your gym lobby or your main school hallway. It's going to be like a magnet for kids, for teachers. How about sponsors and alumni? Go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. Check out their great products today. And we want to say thank you to Gipper. Go to Gipper.com and let their team turn you into a social media marketing guru. Whether it's a simple social media post to celebrate a victory or an entire newsletter to showcase all the great things that your program's doing, the team at Gipper will have you up and running in no time. Access thousands of professionally designed templates that are built for your needs with your school colors and your branding. That's Gipper.com. Check them out today. And as always, don't forget to mention the podcast. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the K12 SportsTech AD Think Tank on the Educational AD Podcast. This week's Think Tank guest is Jeff Sprenger. Jeff is a certified master athletic administrator. He's the director of athletics at Arkey Kell High School, and that's in Charlotte, North Carolina. Well, let's just go and do it. Jeff, welcome to the AD Think Tank.
Oh, thanks, Jake, for having me. So just a little bit about Arkey Kell. We are the second largest school in the state of North Carolina now. We were number one with student enrollment over 3,500. But just last year, a local high school named Ballantyne Ridge opened up to relieve us, and they took a couple hundred students from us. So we were sitting at 3,150 this past school year. And then going into the 25-26 school year, we're going to be around 2,900 as Ballantyne Ridge gets their first senior class over there. So we're number two. We'll be in the 8A classification next year for North Carolina High School Athletic Association. We've recently expanded from 4 classes to 8. So we'll be in that big 32 is what they're calling it. We are a large athletic department here. We have 30 programs that we oversee at our school, including sports such as rugby, flag football, boys volleyball, field hockey, and then all the other sanctioned sports that most schools have as well. So it's a great place to work, great kids, very high educational facility as well. So we put tremendous pride in our athletics and our academics here at Arkey Kell. So looking forward to chatting with you guys today.
Oh, no, absolutely. I've been through the area a couple times. I haven't visited your school, but it's definitely going to be one of my stops next time I'm in the area. For listeners, we're also joined by the COO of K12 Sports Tech, Alec Brown. Alec, welcome back to another Think Tank episode.
Thank you, Jake. Thanks for having me again.
Okay. For somebody who might be new to the podcast, share a little bit about your athletic background and how, K12 actually became a thing.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Jake. So my background is in education. I started my career as a teacher in the Chicago area. Quickly kind of moved into administration, but didn't necessarily have plans on going into athletics, even though it was a big part of my life growing up, until I was at a school that didn't offer sports to their students, and I didn't really think that was right. So ended up starting a sports program at that school, and that kind of led me on this path to work in school-based athletics as a career. Gone on to do some other things after that, but eventually made my way to K12 Sports Tech, met Abby Emerson, who's our founder, and really hit it off with her and believed in the mission of the company. And it's been a great experience ever since. What we do, if you don't know already, is we're a consulting and resource hub that connects ADs with sports tech vendors. ADs love it because they get to be involved and be a key voice in sports tech. They get to receive early insights on new technology products that might, be an asset to their program. And we have what we call our AD think tank, which is an opportunity for ADs to be compensated for their time in working with vendors to help vendors really nail down on if their solutions solve a problem for ADs in high school sports programs, And if not, what changes or improvements would have to be made, in order to be more viable in that space.
Yeah, I'm always just bowled over by the uniqueness of your platform. I'm not aware of anybody else that's done this before or trying to do it. And for athletic directors, again, if you're new to the think tank or you haven't joined yet, I see it as twofold. As Alec mentioned, you are connected directly to vendors, companies that you deal with when you order just anything that you order, not in a sales pitch relationship, but now they're asking you for your input. How can we make our product better? What are some things that are going to help you out? Jeff, I'm going to let you go into that in a second. But then the other feature of the think tank that I think is so cool is it allows ADs to connect with other ADs. So again, the whole networking thing just blows me away. I love it. Jeff, share with our listeners how you first got involved with the think tank and some of the projects that you've had a chance to be involved with since joining.
So yeah, I got involved. One of my colleagues over in the Raleigh area, Colin Fagley over at Green Level High School. I think we were at the National AD Convention in Texas when we had our first conversation, and he talked to me about it. And I said, this is something that I would definitely be interested in, because any chance I get to talk to vendors in our domain and other ADs, and not just in our state, but in other states, it's positive for me. It's positive for our school. It lets us learn things. So he went over the program with me, and it was something I jumped on. I think I enrolled that evening after he handed me the flyer or whatever, all the sign up information. So it was something I want to jump on real quick. And in my time in the think tank, I've had an opportunity to speak to a couple vendors. And like you said, it's not a sales pitch. It's a conversation where they're trying to learn, get basically some intel from us at the school level, how their product can be used and how it can be work maybe better, or for cater towards certain schools or different demographics. And then it also lets me learn about their product. So when it comes to a point where we're looking for something in that area, they're the first ones that we're going to reach out to, because I know what they're about. I've talked to a scoreboard company. We're in the process of updating our main gym. We're going to put some video scoreboards in there. So it was great to know the insides and in and outs of what a digital scoreboard, how it functions. So that was fun. We're in a pilot program with a inventory system. So our football coach loves it. They're inventorying all their equipment, all their uniforms, everything. And it's been really easy. He's had great people to work with to show him if he has a problem, he got a phone number, he calls right away. So we've done that. And I've also talked to a company about their registration process, how to get our athletes registered, turning in their required documents. So it's been, in my few months just doing this, I've learned a lot, and I've had great conversations talking to people while I'm learning about each of their product as well.
Oh, yeah. Boy, I appreciate you sharing that. And again, for listeners, if you're new, there is no charge. Joining the think tank is 100% free. And it's even better than free, because when you choose to participate in these projects to give vendors feedback, you're going to get paid. It's not going to be something to buy your wife a new car, but hey, you're getting paid, and that's better than you having to pay. So again, the platform's totally free. Alec, what's some of the feedback that you've gotten from the vendors and even from ADs about this relationship, this consulting relationship, as opposed to the cold call sales pitch?
Yeah, feedback's been great. Like I said, the ADs really like it because they are so busy. They don't have time to vet vendors on a daily basis, and they don't have time to really look at the options that are out there and see what might be best for their individual program. So we kind of do that for them and set up the conversations for them. And then, of course, it's nice to be compensated for that time. I think on the vendor side, they love it as well. They have an opportunity to make their solutions more customer centric based on the feedback from ADs. I think Jeff kind of hit the nail on the head when he said they get to identify the needs of different types of programs and different demographics. We've had companies start to offer tiered pricing because of the conversations they've had with ADs and understanding that one size doesn't fit all. We've talked about it before on the podcast. We've had a company exploring a name change because of their conversations with ADs. And most recently, we worked with a couple new companies that we call emerging innovators, which are just brand new to the high school sports space, very small companies that get a chance to get their name out there and showcase what they do and what makes them innovative to ADs that otherwise would never have heard of these companies just because they are so new and like I said, ADs don't have time to really go and explore what's always best for their programs.
Yeah, again, that just blows me away that, companies actually, I mean, it's a good thing. They listen to the athletic directors on, offering different price points and just changing the name of your company because AD said, hey, you might want to consider this. That just blows me away. I love that story. Jeff, I mentioned the cold call that we all dread as ADs. And I think some people that might not be familiar with how the think tank works, they might be a little bit leery about their inbox blowing up if they sign up for this. Can you share that experience and how it really plays out?
Well, it's simple. Once you're a think tank member, you get a list of upcoming projects or initiatives that are out there for you to join if you want to. It's totally voluntary. So when I was looking through it, I found a couple of things that I was interested in. Like I said, the video scoreboard was something that we were in the process of, so that really stood out to me. But it's up to the AD what you want to participate in, and Alec facilitates it pretty well. He figures out a time where it works for your schedule and the vendor's schedule, and you guys sit down, and it's refreshing where you can just talk about a project where they're not trying to sell their project or tell you about why it's better than everybody else. It's a legit conversation about what they're offering, what you may see on your end that might help them. And it's been a lot different than when you look at your cell phone or your office phone and you see a company's name on it. You're like, I'm not picking that up because I know what they're going to do. They're going to try and sell me something. So it's a way for the vendors and us administrators to kind of have a refreshing conversation without going into it where you're already a little ticked off that you're being sold a bill of goods. And so it opens up the conversation and gives both parties a chance to actually talk more freely.
Right. No, and again, I don't see anybody else that's doing that in this space. So, Alec, kudos to you and Abby Emerson for creating the platform. Alec, another piece of K12 Sports Tech, along with the think tank, is the vendor directory. And I know that's fairly new, but can you share with our listeners what that is and really why it's so important?
Yeah, so the vendor directory just launched on our website this month, and it's designed to be a centralized place where you can go to as an AD or an athletic administrator or a coach and research all the different companies for one solution type, whatever you may be looking for, whether it's apparel or scoreboards or sports cameras or something like that. It allows us to fulfill our mission on a much larger scale. Up to this point, we've done consulting projects and we've vetted those companies pretty carefully. But there's, we only have certain bandwidth for those projects and can't do them for every company in the space. So the directory is designed to be that place where Jeff or other ADs in the think tank or outside of the think tank, quite frankly, can go to read reviews on what other ADs have said about products and see what might be best for their individualized program. We have about 60 companies in the space on the directory right now, and that's growing every day. So we just want to continue to see that grow and become just a more one-stop shop for ADs.
Yeah, and I was just on it this morning, and you mentioned it just got started this month, but these are companies where athletic directors, members of the think tank, and again to join, there's a vetting process. We're going to make sure you really are, Jeff Sprenger or Jake Fauchier, but then to leave a review of a product, those comments, those reviews are vetted by, you, Alec, by the K12 sports staff. So, that that's a legitimate response. Jeff, if you get a call from, company X, it might be the greatest product in the world. I mean, it's just great. But if you don't know that person, there's going to be some hesitation. On the other hand, you get a call from, well, let's just say Colin, in your state, and he says, "Hey, have you heard about this product? We just bought it for our school." All of a sudden, the product hasn't changed at all, but now it's coming. That review is coming from somebody you know. That's what the vendor directory is doing. It's creating this resource for ADs to where they can truly, vet, if you will. I keep using that word. Programs or products that they're thinking about using. How does that, Jeff, as a working AD, I'm retired, but as somebody who still has boots on the ground, what type of resource is that for you? Do you see that as being valuable?
Oh, absolutely. It's all about relationships. Our whole way of working in the sports world is relationships. If you know somebody and you get along with them and you trust them and they offer you some advice, you're going to take it. If there is a fellow colleague that maybe doesn't do the right thing or does some things works in the gray a little bit and they're doing something, you may be a little more hesitant, but and then this goes with the vendors too. So when you get to talk with them while you're doing your think tank conversations, you build that relationship with that vendor. So now when they send you an email later on or a follow-up phone call or a text that, "Hey, this is new. Can you check this out?" It's coming more from, I don't want to say the heart, but it's coming more from a personal relationship where now you're more apt to actually look at it and give it some honest feedback versus vendor X, Y, and Z just left me a voicemail on my phone and wants me to go do this for them. So it all goes back to relationships in our world. So this is a big piece of that.
Oh, again, you're absolutely right. And athletic directors have a lot of choices. You're talking about scoreboards, video boards, uniforms, equipment. You have a lot of choices. And if you have colleagues, or in this case, the vendor directory, that's hopefully going to help you make a more informed decision.
Absolutely.
Alec, if one of our listeners wants to find out more about the think tank or the vendor directory, and hopefully they want to sign up and join themselves, how do they do that? And how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so K12sportstech.com is the first place you should go. You can find information on how to sign up for the think tank, as well as check out the vendor directory. And then you can always email me as well, Alec, ALEC, at K12sportstech.com.
And Jeff, if one of our listeners wanted to reach out, pick your brain a little bit about your think tank experience, or just find out how you do things at Arkey Kell High School, what's the best way they can connect with you?
Through email. My email goes straight to my phone, so it's a 24/7 thing for me. So my email is Jeffrey, JEFFREYL, and dot Sprenger, SPRENGER, and that's at cms.k12.nc.us. It's that paragraph email address that all the school systems seem to give out.
Well, and I'm going to guess that's also in the NIAAA membership portal as well. So
yep, should be.
Jeff, thanks so much for joining us today. All the best with summer, and we're gonna have to get you on the podcast, give you the full interview treatment.
Oh, I love talking sports. I love talking about Arkey Kell. Any way I can bring any publicity to our school and what amazing things our student athletes are doing, I'm more than welcome to chat with you guys about that.
All right. I'm definitely going to send you some dates.
Yep.
And Alec, thanks for all that you do in this space, with K12 and other initiatives. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jake. Love being on the show.
For our listeners, we're going to say thanks to you because we do appreciate you. And just a reminder that we upload the Zoom recordings of all of our interviews to the Educational AD Podcast YouTube channel. We do the think tank just about every week and just about every day. We try to share stories and best practices from the world of education-based athletics. So come back and join us again on the next K12 Sports Tech AD Think Tank and the Educational AD Podcast. We'll see you next time. Before we go, of course, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors, especially K12 Sports Tech. Go to K12sportstech.com, get signed up for the AD Think Tank. Check out their vendor directory. We also want to say thanks to Hometown. Go to hometown.com, digital ticketing, fundraising, website construction, and a lot more. That's Hometown. Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. Home Campus, the official sports administration platform for Florida, California, and thousands of individual ADs. Gipper, go to Gipper.com, start creating world-class marketing content. Vital Signs Wall of Fame, go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. Snap Raise, go to snapraise.com. Huddle, of course, huddle.com. And Athletic Surveys, go to athleticsurveys.com. Thanks as always for listening. We'll see you next time on the Educational AD Podcast.